Please welcome Timothy Dalton. How does a nice guy play such a nasty man?
Well, maybe I'm not such a nice man inside, you know. The nice thing about playing a villain is you can exploit all the things that we kind of fight in ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
It's fun playing a villain.
Yeah. When you talked about him as a nasty guy, you really.
This was backstage when we were...
I mean, no, in the movie and everything. Now, when you went on, what did you mean? I wanted to get him out here. What did you mean by, oh, he really plays it, you know?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you just looked like you were having the time of your life out there. And I think
I just try to find everything. I play an actor. I mean, he's a movie star.
Yeah.
So he's a kind of a hero, apparently. But really, he is the villain. I just kind of try to find all those awful things about actors that I could kind of send up, you know, like vanity and insecurity and lies, because we all lie for a living. Yeah. And I think we were well matched, hero and bad guy.
I think you found him.
But actually, he had the time of his life, because didn't you fall in love with your co-star?
We became good friends, yeah.
You wouldn't call it love?
You don't have to answer that.
Thanks, Tim.
We became good friends. That's sufficient.
Thank you.
Did you get to fly?
Yeah, I did a little bit, yeah. Right at the end, because we have sadly, the only time we really worked was that little clip you saw, and then we have a big fight, which I kind of, I guess, at least I get the rocket, and I fly it off, and then for the rest, you must see what happens.
Did it burn your butt?
Well, it was a bit my butt.
Yeah.
Bill had the best answer, you know. We've got to have fireproof houses. We really do.
In this business.
Yeah. It was a bit scary, because it was heavy, and it's full of high-octane sort of fuel, and if it went wrong, you know, it'd be dangerous.
Yeah. Will you do any more Bond films? I gotta ask
Oh,
you.
yeah, I hope. I hope so very much. We planned to. We wanted to do one last year.
Mm-hmm.
But as I guess you all know, you know, our partner company who finances and distributes the Bond movies, MGM, has had a pretty tricky 3 years with Pathé, the takeovers, Quintex, and, well, maybe now that Alan Ladd seems to be much more firmly in control, we'll be able to get to do one.
Yeah.
But, you know, they got problems.
Did you ever worry about playing this role because, I mean, Bond's such a good guy?
No, no. I mean, God, if I had my druthers, I'd play the villain and the hero in a James Bond movie. No, I loved it, and I'm free to do I think Cubby would be very happy, you know. It's a nice movie, The Rocketeer.
Yeah. You're a big Eastwood fan.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
No, I think he's great. I think he made the best Western that's ever been made, The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Now, why is that the best Western?
It's a good Western in its own right, I think, because it's exciting. And throughout that journey this man makes to the West, he gets together all the outcasts from society and creates a new society in the West. And it's very American. I love his work. I remember one time going to the cinema years and years and years ago, seeing what was billed as a couple of B movies. Well, one was a little movie called The Duel by an unknown director called Steven Spielberg. And the other was a movie called High Plains Drifter that Clint Eastwood directed. And it was one of the best afternoons I've ever had in the cinema. Yeah. I think Eastwood's great.
Yeah. Okay. I just knew your background and everything, and it surprised me that you were an Eastwood fan, but
I like watching his movies. I love them.
Yeah. And you got to work with Mae West. I envy you.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Tell them about the experience.
Oh, she was great. I mean, it was a very strange film. I mean, it would be perhaps best considered as a museum piece in the annals of cinema history. But it was knockout. She was an incredible lady. She said she was 84. I think that was a kind of a vanity, because those people that knew her thought she was 91. And, you know, I'd never want to, you know, mock this extraordinary lady. She did have trouble, you know, remembering some lines, but it was a great experience. It was quite astonishing. You could talk to her, and she'd tell you stories about America, about Broadway, before the turn of the century. I mean, she remembered New York in the 1890s.
Mm.
You sit down and talk with a legend like that about the whole of theater and cinema history, you know, since way before its inception, you know, cinema's inception anyway.
Yeah.
You know, she was wonderful and very funny, very funny.
Yeah.
She was much better at making up her own lines than the writers were.
Even at 91 or whatever.
Yeah.
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 And what did you do in that movie?
Well, it's called Sextet because there are 6 husbands, and I played the last husband.
Okay. Now, Rocketeer, once again, opens Friday or...
June 21st.
Yeah, June 21st. Go out and check these guys in the movie. It's fun. You'll enjoy it. And taking us to commercial, for my young audience, which will not remember Sextet, is a little clip from it. Timothy...
What have you done?
Timothy Dalton. Take me away, Sandy.
Oh, my God.
Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet-talking guy comes along, singing his song. Don't mess around, you start a withdrawal. But I really love you.
Stop.
I'll be thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together.
Whatever.